We got to realize for the last 60 years, the living standards have decreased about 60%. And it's still going further down, right? What's going up is we have the debt's going up, then the inputs going up, and the bureaucracy's going up, right? That means the living standards go down further and further, and we don't do anything about it. So we got to ring the alarm bell. There's something drastically wrong.
I want to ask you, because you mentioned it's a little tougher to get ahead now. You talked about the New Wave Common Sense Business Association. Here's a question by Ron Shaw, and I think it's a little bit touching and even a little bit sad. Let me read what Ron says. He says, "How do you decide when to persist with a business venture and when to abandon it? Like everyone says, keep at it, never give up. But I suppose that can't be true all the time. What would you say to Ron if he's having a tough go? How do you know when to fish or cut bait?"
Well, look, it's when you look back, let's say when we saw a factory being built, right, for the last 30, 40 years, we didn't build factories where we make things. We built warehouses. So Canada became a nation of warehouse operators, right? Why? When we take a look, a farmer cannot grow food unless he's got seeds. And a country cannot make a product unless they get skilled labor. We have totally neglected skilled labor. That's why we got to import everything. We don't make things anymore. If you go to a big department store, you hardly see any Canadian products. So again, we can't. And Canada had great skilled labor. We had great factories when we look back 50, 60, 70 years ago, and it all disappeared, right? Because we have accumulated so much. Our bureaucracy's gone up about 400% the last 60 years. That's a strong statement. So it hasn't gone up overnight. It's slowly set in. And I think the politicians are trapped in that system. They can't really, can't do things, right?
I want to ask you about the trades, because I think in our modern society, we value people who go to university, even if their degree isn't that useful, honestly. And I think there's sort of a snobbery looking down on people in the skilled trades. And I don't think that makes sense. You employed 180,000 people, mainly in the trades. How would you convince young people today to go into the trades, even if it's not considered cool on TV?